A ticket to play for the NBA title awaits the winner. Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals on EA Sports. From TD Garden in Boston, tonight, the Boston Celtics taking on the Miami Heat. Hey everyone, with Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Celtics coming in. They have the home court here, always crucial in a Game 7, with the winner moving on to the NBA Finals.
Now look, I think both teams are worthy of going to the NBA Finals. But the reality is that only one team will prevail this evening. And the way this series has gone so far, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes all the way down to the final shot.
Oh, had him going there for a second. And they called the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Jimmy Butler, couple of free throws on the way. A career 83% free throw shooter. And hits the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. Across the timeline, it's Walker. Down just a couple. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
Oh, he had him there for a second. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go. To Butler. Waiters. For three. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
Walker to Cantor. To Hayward. Here comes the screen. Curling inside. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Dragic with the basketball. Leads one. To Butler. Nothing going here on that drive. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball game.
Dragic with it. Leads just a point. Waiters to Dragic. Waiters. Here's a chance from long range. He made his first effort, but not that time. To Dragic. Jaylen Brown sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Give it to him. Kemba Walker, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
It's the Heat with the possession. To Dragic. Waiters. Screen coming. Butler. Slam dunk.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. Walker to Jaylen Brown. Trying to cash in. Wide open look, won't go.
And as a shooter, this is when you start to second-guess your shot. You've had 3 wide-open shots that you just can't put through the net, but still, keep hunting your shot.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
The free throw, good. Caps off the 3-point play. The lead is 4. Brown into the front court. Looking to make something happen. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Dragic into the front court. It's 12-10. Oh, emphatic slam.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Celtics have it. Walker. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Butler to bring it up. It's 14-12. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Learn from that. You got to be a step ahead of the offensive player. Know that fake is coming again later.
Shot by Tatum won't go.
He missed that shot on his own. The defense didn't do anything on that play to make him miss.
Nothing going here on that drive. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Bam Adebayo trying to cash in on the 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. The free throw, perfect. And the lead is up to 7. Hayward. And the basket good at the rim.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
It's the Heat with the possession. To Butler. Here comes the screen. Curling inside. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Give it to him. Kemba Walker. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Butler. To Dragic. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Off the mark. No good. Walker into the front court. Down 5. Oh, the Heat right there to take it away. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Wade. To Dragic. With a drop step. Not that time.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
To Wade. Gets to the basket and scores.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Screen coming. Shot from in close, no good. And count the basket inside.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Can't connect. Dragic with the basketball. Just under a minute to play here in this opening quarter. They'll go to Butler, down low. Short jumper won't go down.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Knocked loose. Heat get control. Butler. Dragic to Butler. The follow won't go either. 1 quarter down in this deciding Game 7. We're back. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Celtics have it. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Knocks down the first. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Dwayne Wade at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 76% from the line. The free throw, good. And they add one more to the lead. It's up to 11. Knocked away. Was it coming down? Yes, it was. Goaltending. Butler into the front court. The lead stands at 9. Here comes the screen. Butler. Five to shoot for Miami. They'll go to Butler, down low. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
And he connects on the first free throw. And he makes them both. Now the Celtics going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. To Marcus Smart. Rocking the rim.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. And now it's Flash with the basketball. Nothing going here on that drive. With a drop step. To the basket is Butler, but he can't finish. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
I'll look out for that same move on the next possession, though.
Knocked loose. He'd come up with it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Screen coming. Dwayne Wade. Shot clock for the Heat, down to 3. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Tough shot. Well defended. Cashes in for 2.
That boy's living his best life.
It's Wade. To Butler. Surveys the floor. Butler. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Bam Adebayo. He's got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. Oops. He missed the first one. No good. Missed them both. To Marcus Smart. Bam Adebayo. Able to recover with the block.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Going to launch beyond the arc, and he knocks it down.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
To Marcus Smart. Here comes the screen. To Cantor, and his Cantor above the rim. We get a whistle and a timeout here for Miami, as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Time for some new personnel into the game. Dragic fires the 3. Rebound hauled in by the Celtics. Pass stolen by Miami. Dragic with it. His team leads it by 10. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Boston with the basketball. To Marcus Smart. Probing the defense. Has a look. Smart shot, no good. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Butler to bring it up. Lead stands at 10. To Dragic. 5 to shoot for Miami. Jimmy Butler for 2. Can't connect. Defense did its job that time.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
Butler into the front court. It's an 8-point lead. To Dragic. Gets it in the right corner. Has a chance. Crowder's shot won't fall. Celtics have it. And he buries it.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Dragic into the front court. Up by 6. Butler. To Dragic. No good to Butler. Down low. Jimmy Butler. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
Brad Stevens will change up his lineup. Count the bucket for 2.
Ed, here's a next-level comment for you. K-Walk is one of the rare guys in the league today that blurs the lines between the streets and the league.
To Butler. Shot clock for the Heat, down to 3. Butler for 2. Jimmy Butler, now 4 for 9.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
To Hayward. Rebound comes to Miami. Dragic with the basketball. His team on top by 8. To Butler. Shot won't go. Hayward the rebound. Into the front court, it's Walker. He'll run the offense. Give it to him. Kemba Walker. Can't ask for much more. He's perfect. 5 for 5 from the field.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. To Cantor. Flushes it home. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
Dragic. To Butler. To Dragic. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Dragic cleans the offensive glass. And he'll go to the foul line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Myers Leonard at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 82%. First one goes down. And gets both to drop at the line.
Good shot.
Walker with the basketball. They trail by 7. To Cantor. And his canter. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Here comes the screen. Dragic throws it up. A pass taken away by the Celtics. And he's fouled. And he earns a trip to the line.
And as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Goes 2 for 2. Driving right to the basket. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets. Late heave to beat the buzzer. We are at halftime in Game 7. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report.
The Heat are in a close game thus far. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Miami Heat. The Celtics aren't down by much after 2 quarters. And you can't help but point out the number of times that...
Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Hayward to Jaylen Brown. To Cantor. And his Cantor looking good. 4 for 5.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Jason Tatum trying to cash in on a 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. And add 1 more to his total. Miami with the basketball. Nothing going here on that drive. Dragic to Waiters. Sizing up the defense. Trying to cash in. It's no good. Great defense. To Jaylen Brown. Short jumper stays out. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Dragic with it. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. And a pass stolen by Boston.
Don't rush this now. The game's been tight so far.
Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim. Now the Heat going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. He'd have the basketball. Dragic. To Butler. Takes stock of the floor. A drive by Butler, but his shot won't fall.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Butler to bring it up. His guys trail now by 4. Drives, but his shot won't go down.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
To Dragic. Here comes the screen. Waiters to Dragic. Sets him up. Oh, bad pass, and the Celtics have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
So he hits the first, misses the second. Miami's got it. Probing the defense. Nothing going here on that drive. And Jimmy Butler, he connects. Had all the time in the world. Too easy.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. Up 5. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Butler. Down low, Crowder. Nice pass to get things going.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25-plus assists and you won the game and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
Rebounded by the Heat. Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it. Walker. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
I see this happen so much in the game. Just because a guy beats you off the dribble doesn't mean that you need to quit on the play. Stay in there, continue to be physical, even if you're behind the play.
Waiters. Down to 5 on the 24. To Butler. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Jimmy Butler, couple of free throws on the way. He's been steady, 83% at the line. First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Ball's controlled by Boston. Can't connect. To Dragic. Butler. Three-second count. Heat checking this one. Eric Spoelstra makes the move to his reserves. Walker. It was right there. Wade. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
Can't connect on the first free throw. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Celtics have it. To Hayward. Nothing going here on that drive. Hayward to Cantor. And it's Cantor above the rim.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade, very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3. Hayward. Great feed, sets it up. Ah, the monster stuff.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Here comes the screen. And scores at the rim. Beautifully done with the Euro step.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Boston with the basketball. The drive, right to the basket. He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
We get a whistle and a timeout here for Miami as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Butler to Wade. With a drop step. Won't go. To Jaylen Brown. Driving right to the basket. It goes down.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
It's the Heat with the possession. Wade. Fires the 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Butler to Wade. With a drop step. Finish that. To Marcus Smart. And scores. Strong take.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Butler to Wade. Dwayne Wade. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Celtics have it. Surveys the floor. Boston with 4 to shoot. Knocked loose. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Celtics. Substitution being made in this one. That misses with a second to go. That ends the third quarter with the Celtics in front. So the Heat will have it to start this fourth and final quarter. And things went off the rails for them a bit in that third quarter as they watched their lead completely evaporate.
And then some. Now they find themselves behind.
To Wade. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw is good to finish off the three-point play. That slices the lead down to 4. Ball's controlled by Boston. Here comes the screen. Probing the defense to Jaylen Brown. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
No. I'll tell you. The team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
Off the mark on the first free throw. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. To Wade. Butler. The pass set it all up.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
Doesn't have the touch. No good.
If I'm the player that just missed that shot, just because you're open doesn't mean you need to shoot. You can put the ball down on the ground and drive to the rim.
Out of bounds, last touch by the Heat. New blood coming in for both sides. Hayward to Marcus Smart. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
All right, that was a little bit of a gamble there, but not a terrible move sending him to the free throw line.
Marcus Smart has got 2 shots coming. Shoots it at 75% for his career. First free throw is good. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Dragic into the front court. Down 4. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Celtics have it. To Cantor. Knocked loose. He'd get control. Dragic. Kicks it around the perimeter. To Dragic. Can't connect from inside.
What happened is he didn't balance himself off the defender. He didn't initiate contact. He allowed the contact to initiate him. We could break that down later in the broadcast, but that's why he missed that easy chip.
To Wade. Layup goes down. Well done.
This is why I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Hayward knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Dragic. Nice pass to set things up. The jumper's off the mark. To Hayward. The drive right to the basket. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
And hits the first free throw. 2 for 2 on that trip. Dragic with the basketball. The margin standing now at 7. Nothing going here on that drive. He gets it.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, They just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Hayward. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper won't fall.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Cruises inside for 2.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Nothing going here on that drive. Dwayne Wade. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
This is not the time to have a mental lapse.
Walker into the front court. Up by 3. To Hayward. Tatum. The Heat have the rebound. To Dragic. To Wade. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. The screen sets him up for 2.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. To Hayward. Has a look. Hayward unable to connect.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Dwayne Wade at the line for 2 shots. Hasn't missed yet. Knocks down the first. Able to convert on both free throws. Into the front court, it's Walker. His guys now trailing by a point. To Hayward. Court Hayward, that's how it's done. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Butler to Dragic. And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
Yes, I love this move. Send him to the line. Chances are probably good he doesn't make both, and you also stop the clock while getting another possession.
Bam Adebayo, a couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%, some yes, some no in this contest. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Baseline drive. And a putback slam.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Butler to Dragic. From long range, knocks down the three-pointer.
They absolutely needed that. Great job by the offense to be poised and create a shot to pull ahead.
To Hayward. Jimmy Butler tips it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Dragic. No good to Butler. Down low. Enes Kanter pins it. And he's going to the free throw line.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
Jimmy Butler has got 2 shots coming. At the line, he's shooting 87%. And he connects on the first free throw. And he makes them both. To Hayward. Oh, the Heat right there to take it away.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
Got it. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball.
To Butler. Nothing going here on that drive. 4-3. Drills the 3.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. To Jaylen Brown. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Look at that. Calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
To Waiters. And now an intentional foul. So they'll send him to the line. 2 free throws here means it's a 3-possession game.
Good foul right there. You want to stop the clock.
First one goes down. And gets both to drop at the line. Timeout Boston. It's their second and final one of the last 3 minutes. They cannot stop the clock again. Has a chance. Deep 2 there. Won't go. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
And an intentional foul here in the closing moments. But it shouldn't make too much of a difference in what is now a 2-score game. Jimmy Butler at the line for 2 shots. He's been steady, 90% at the line. First one, count it.
Working on your game.
Goes 2 for 2.
Good shot.
Oh, Jaylen Brown above the rim. The Heat with the victory. They stand alone atop the Eastern Conference on their way to the NBA Finals. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA Playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
The Heat have won the Eastern Conference Finals. Now it's time for them to set their sights on the bigger prize, the Larry O'Brien Trophy. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Miami Heat.